Hi guys, this is Cinema is the Language. Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to review Sonchiriya by the director Abhishek Chaubey, starring Sushant Singh Rajput, Bhumi Pednekar, Ashutosh Rana, Ranbir Shori, with special appearance of Manoj Vajpayee, to name only a few of an otherwise amazing ensemble cast. First of all, let me tell you that you should definitely watch this movie for Sushant, cause I think this is arguably his best performance. The way he delivered his dialogues, his body language, and the way his eyes spoke, all of this is something to behold. No matter what kind of movie you like, you would fall in love with his character here. Now let's go into the plot, after which we would discuss about the brilliant acting that made the story so believable. Yes, what you were seeing on screen is the head of a dead snake, with worms and flies feeding on it. And guess what? This is the first scene of the movie. But why would someone put the close-up of such a horrific and disgusting thing at the very beginning? The answer is to prepare its audience about what Sonchiriya is going to unfold. So if you are feeble-hearted, this movie is not for you. This is the barren land of Chambal, where Baghis live, form a gang, rule, and ultimately die with no significance. Snakes eat mice, and vultures eat snakes. This line is repeated few times, and this is precisely the tone of the movie. We are introduced to a gang of dacoits headed by Man Singh, who is played by Manoj Vajpayee. They are probably trying to hide from the police, but is it only police that they are trying to escape from? As the movie progresses, we get to know all the characters are suffering from a guilt, a crime that they had committed in the past. They are also trying to escape from themselves. A fight breaks out between police and the Baghis, and a game of rat and mouse begins. The gang loses few of its vital members and is joined by Indumati Tomar, played by Bhumi Pednekar, and a dying girl child. The name of the girl child is Sonchiriya, whom they all decide to save. Sonchiriya becomes their means of mukti or nirvana or salvation, whatever you might call it. They believe that all of them are cursed and they are bound to suffer and be doomed. Sonchiriya is their only hope. This movie has an ensemble cast and the acting has been top-notch from each one of the actors. Manoj Vajpayee as Daku Man Singh captivates the audience from the very first scene. There is something in him that gives the air of innocence to each of the characters that he plays. Man Singh is a fierce Daku and at the same time a likable human being. In a funny scene, he orders to give a bride 101 rupeya as shagun before looting all of her jewelry. His second in command is Vakil Singh, played by Ranbir Shori. I bet you would never be able to take your eyes off him. He is anger and intensity personified. Ranbir plays this caste strong leader of dacoits so well, you would wonder why we don't see him in movies more often. Ashutosh Rana plays the cop Balraj Singh, who belongs to a lower caste and has some personal vendetta against the Baghis. He is relentlessly chasing and killing them and believes he would get Chambal rid of these lawless people. Bhumi Pednekar surprises us with a powerhouse performance, a woman who decides to stand up against the whole patriarchal system alone. We believe in the anger, valor, and resilience she brings to the character. Even the small characters like Mahesh Balraj as Bhura is exceptional. Last but not the least, our Sushant is phenomenal here. He plays Daku Lakhna Singh, the only man with heart in an otherwise heartless land. Direction from Abhishek Chaubey is just outstanding. He is famous for his quick-witted dark humor in movies like Ishqiya and Urta Punjab. In fact, his writing in Kamine and Omkara was brilliant too, and Sonchiriya is no exception. This was written by him and Shudip Sharma. Sonchiriya can be said to belong to a particular genre of English movies called westerns. A gritty cop, a bunch of outlaws, a heartless barren land, and the spilling of blood from so many headshots. To create this kind of a dark atmosphere and still be believable, the cinematography has to be top-notch. And Anuj Rakesh Dhawan gave visual reality to the dark and cruel world Abhishek has imagined. The action sequences are out and out realistic. Vishal Bharadwaj gave the music for this one, and he is brilliant as always. If I'm to pick some faults with this movie, it would be with writing. This is set in the 1970s during the time of emergency, but we never see anything in terms of politics of the country. We never see backstories of any of the characters. Especially I had problem with the character of the cop, who is in a mission to kill every Daku, but we don't know why. The runtime of 2 hours and 23 minutes would have certainly allowed for a little backstory, but this can also be a conscious choice on part of the director to show these characters without any past. Sometimes the movie becomes too violent and unbearable, but again, this is the reality they are trying to portray. Nevertheless, Sonchiriya is also a social commentary on casteism, sexism and politics as well. In one of the dialogues, Man Singh says, "Government's bullets are not responsible for death of so many people, rather their promises are." In one scene, Daku Fulia, loosely based on Fulan Devi, tells Indu, "Women are the lowest among all the castes. Indu and Fulia are strong enough and fight the cruel patriarchal structures." The problem of caste is discussed throughout. In my view, Sonchiriya is a cinematic brilliance and needs to be supported. I was genuinely surprised watching all those either negative or so-and-so reviews about this movie. The fact that Sushant chose this one over other projects that would have brought him more fame and more money shows that he was a true actor and a cinema lover. But we as audience failed him. So guys, please watch Sonchiriya for acting, direction, cinematography and for Sushant. One thing to note is, you would have difficulty to understand the accent as it is Bundelkhandi and not Hindi, so use subtitles. Go and watch Sonchiriya and let us know about your thoughts in the comment section. We will be back with a new review. Till then, goodbye and take care, and please subscribe to our channel.